This is the Insta360 ACE Pro, and I think it's one of the biggest GoPro killers that there is, but there's also some problems that you need to know about. So first, I'm gonna show you all the things that make the ACE Pro so much better than the GoPro, but then I'm also gonna show you some of the problems that it has. Of course, ending with my personal opinion. So the first pro for the ACE Pro is that it has a larger 1/1.3" sensor opposed to GoPro's 1/1.9" sensor. The larger sensor for this, number one, gives you better low light. Number two, it gives you better image quality, and you can really see this when you're comparing these footage in low light. And in the day, it's less noticeable, but you can still, if you're pixel peeping, you can still see it. Now, it also can go all the way up to 8K, while the GoPro Hero 12 is 5.3K. Not much of a difference there, but it is nice to know that you can go all the way up to 8K on this action camera. And filming with the GoPro Hero 12 and the ACE Pro with a bunch of background noises, how do these cameras sound and how do they look? So yeah, how do these cameras look and how do they sound? Audio test on the ACE Pro 1, 2, 3, and audio test on the GoPro 1, 2, 3. How does that look and sound? Please let me know in the comments. Next, this thing has a super snappy 5nm AI powered chip compared to GoPro's older 12nm chip. Now, what this exactly does for this is basically it'll download the software updates way faster than the GoPro and just in general feels so much more snappy whatever you're doing. It also brings a host of AI features that I could go on all day talking about. But the main advantage to the AI and the ACE Pro is this pure video mode, which just makes low light look so much better. It also has a larger, more touch responsive screen that just feels so nice. Like the GoPro's looks like it's some old like TV screen, while the ACE Pro just looks so clear and feels like an iPhone screen. Also, the GoPro has a smaller little screen up here, which is nice, but it's not touchscreen. And the ACE Pro, if you do want to see yourself, you can see yourself really, really well, while on the GoPro, you cannot do that. The ACE Pro also has better battery life, and of course, it'll vary on what type of resolutions you're shooting in, but here's a chart just so you can kind of look at what you usually shoot in and figure out exactly how long each of these cameras is going to last. The ACE Pro also has fast charging, 0 to 80 in 18 minutes, which is just crazy, and it's such a nice feature to have. And the GoPro does not have that at all. I think it's like an hour or 50 something minutes, which is just too long. I also love the magnetic system on the ACE Pro. While I didn't really like the Action 4's magnetic system, the ACE Pro just feels so much more secure. And if you get this extra little Insta360 accessory to snap on there, it is super nice. And if you don't want to buy this accessory or the ACE Pro, make sure you use those links down in the description below because you will get a free gift when you do so. And this video is not sponsored by Insta360. I just want to let you know because that helps support my channel. I'll also have links for the GoPro Hero 12 as well. So what's the situation for connecting this thing to your phone? Well, this has a much more modern Bluetooth 5.2, while the GoPro Hero 12 is on an older Bluetooth 4.2. Now, what's super nice about this is, again, when you connect it to your phone, it goes faster on this, and downloading updates, everything like that is just faster with this Bluetooth chip. And when we get into the actual apps, I think Insta360's app is way better. I love all the modes and the things that you can change after shooting. And again, this is more personal preference, but I feel like GoPro's app just tries to get you to get into their subscription, which I don't really like. So again, personal preference. And before we move on to the problems of the ACE Pro, I just want to mention I post videos about tech every single day. So if you don't mind going down, hitting that subscribe button, I would really, really appreciate it. It's completely free to do so. Okay, but what are the problems of the ACE Pro? And the first one is that this can only shoot 8-bit color, basically meaning it can register only 16 million colors, while the GoPro Hero 12 can register 1 billion colors. Now this could change with a software update, but currently it cannot shoot 10-bit. And that's a big pro to the GoPro. And the GoPro also has an 8:7 aspect ratio sensor, while the ACE Pro has an 6:8 aspect ratio sensor. Now, this is not really a big deal, but it basically means that the GoPro's sensor is closer to being square. So if you want to try to get vertical video with it mounted like this, you could. Again, you're still cropping a lot of your sensor, but you could do it with this. For me, not very important, but it could be very important to you. Now, something that I do think is very important is that the GoPro Hero 12 has a removable lens. This is super nice in case you scratch or crack that replaceable cover. However, on the ACE Pro, it is not removable. Now, Insta360 is offering free replacements of this, and there's a whole video about if this is a deal breaker or not that I'll link down in the description below by one of my friends. So go check it out there because it's a great video and you'll learn everything you need to know. Now, with this interchangeable lens, the GoPro Hero 12 can get the Max Lens Mod 2.0 to get this uber wide field of view. And even without that, it is still a little bit wider than the ACE Pro, but not by much. The ACE Pro is also bigger and heavier than the GoPro Hero 12, which is something to definitely consider if you want this to be somewhere where weight and size matters. Some of you might be thinking, well, what about the durability of the ACE Pro screen? And actually, this thing feels super solid and it locks in, which is super nice, and I am not worried about it at all. But with all that being said, what are the prices of these cameras? Well, the ACE Pro starts at $449, while the GoPro 12 starts at $399. So the ACE Pro is more expensive, but in my opinion, I think the ACE Pro is much better camera than the Hero 12. The video quality and low light quality for me is the biggest selling point of the ACE Pro, and the fast charging, the better battery life, the bigger screens, all of that for me is what I care about, and that's why I'm gonna be using the ACE Pro. However, that does not mean that the GoPro Hero 12 is a bad camera. And if some of these things I just mentioned are very important to you, then go for the GoPro Hero 12. But if you want to see this compared to the DJI Pocket 3, click this video right here.